Today on Virtual Justice with Judge Faith.
Mr. Jordan Miller, you have brought Ms. Tasha Evans to court today. You are suing her for $1,500 you claim she owes you. I understand the two of you were in a relationship.
We started having issues, so I moved in with my brother.
I felt like he was cheating on me prior to him moving out.
Because she assumed that I cheated, she decided to sell my PS5. She sold it for $100 online.
It wasn't as valuable as he's trying to make it seem.
If anything he left after 36 hours was fair game for you to sell, it was abandoned.
Yes, sir.
According to you.
For the first time, we're bringing justice to you. Your location is the courtroom, and the truth has nowhere to hide.
That tells me all I need to know. I understand you don't like each other. I don't care.
Judge Faith, a former criminal prosecutor, legal analyst, and now creator of the first courtroom where justice has no walls, filters, or boundaries. Only truth. Virtual Justice with Judge Faith.
You're watching a special 2-week preview of Virtual Justice with Judge Faith. Want access to brand new cases and weekly live discussions with me? Stick around. I'll tell you how. Mr. Jordan Miller?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Ms. Tasha Evans.
Yes, Your Honor.
To court today. You are suing her for $1,500 you claim she owes you. $500 for the value of a PS5 game system and $1,000 for defamation of character and emotional distress.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I understand the two of you were in a relationship and you've dated for a number of years, but I'll start with you, Mr. Miller. Before we get into the lawsuit, just give me some background on your relationship with Ms. Evans.
Okay, me and Tasha met back in college. We hit it off, and we started dating seriously. We moved in together. We were together roughly 5 years, and we have a son together. We have a 3-year-old son. Relationships don't work out sometimes. Long story short, and we started having issues, so I felt like I needed some space, and so I took that time to move in with my brother, and I was still co-parenting. I was still seeing our son and everything like that, and in that time, like the short...
Well, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Hold on 1 second, sir. Now, I want to hear from Ms. Evans because I know you're anxious to get into the lawsuit part of this. I read your complaint. I know you're really upset about this, but Ms. Evans, so the two of you met in
Yes,
college, is that correct? You had a good relationship. You have a 3-year-old together? Okay, give me some background from your perspective.
Jordan, he's always been a fun person. Like, we got along great. Having our kid was a great experience. He's a really great father. He does really well with our son. We did have some rough patches, and him asking to take a break, it really hurt me because I felt like, we could work through all of our issues. And so when he moved out, I felt like he was cheating on me prior to him moving out because he moved on so quickly. So that really hurt me, and that is a whole nother story, but yeah.
Okay, so you think he was cheating. You say what to that, Mr. Miller?
I never cheated, not one time. I didn't cheat at all during the relationship. And because of that, right, because she assumed that I cheated, she decided to sell my PS5.
A PS5
That's
is a
correct.
PlayStation.
My PlayStation 5.
Now, where was and that's the $500 part of your lawsuit. Where was the PS5 if you
It
moved
was
out?
still at her house, but it had only been a few days since the move out. Yes,
Only a few
few
days? So I'm going to ask you, Ms. Evans, how long did he leave the PS5 at the place that the two of you lived together at?
It was probably around like a day and a half to 3 days.
Okay, so 36 hours plus, according to you.
Yes.
She sold it for $100 online.
Really? And so how did you find out about it?
There's a posting for it.
She posted the post and you found out about it. Let me see. And you submitted
Yes,
that in
I did.
evidence. Let me take a look at that. Now, Ms. Evans, did you sell the PS5 online?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay, and is that your
my
post?
I posted that on Facebook Marketplace.
And was it your PS5 to sell, Ms. Evans?
No, it was not, Your Honor. But he left it. It was not being used, and
It had been 3 days, Miss Evans. I'm trying to understand
he-
this. It had been 3 days, so he had used it in 3 days, and that
Because,
meant
Your Honor,
what to you?
he plays this game every single day. So if he was gonna move out, I assume that would have been the first thing that he would have taken. So me personally, I felt like it wasn't as valuable as he's trying to make it seem, because if you could leave without that and you made that your entire life, and that was another issue. He played this game all the time. Like, it interrupted everything. Like, to me, he wasn't giving me attention. He wasn't giving our son a lot of attention because he was playing these games. So honestly, I felt like he didn't need the game.
Okay. So in the span of 36 hours, that was your timeline. Anything he left after 36 hours was fair game for you to sell. It was abandoned,
Yes, Your Honor.
according to you. Okay. So, and did you sell it for $100?
That
Is
is
that
true, Your
true?
Honor. Yes.
Why did you sell it for so far undervalued?
I just wanted to get rid of it. I don't feel like you can ghost your entire family and have your game sitting here for visitation rights. Like, it had to go. So
You feel like he ghosted you, but did the two of you not have a conversation about him leaving the relationship?
that is true. But the way he did it, I feel like it was just wrong. Like, I felt completely abandoned. Like, as a mother, I felt abandoned as a partner. Like, we've been together for 5 years. We have a 3-year-old son, and you just want to take a break. It's like, okay, that's fine. Like, you can take a break, but then now you're in a whole new relationship. Like, the math, not math. He was out with his friends and some random woman that I didn't know, and we had just broken up.
Were you actually seeing somebody else, Mr. Miller, at the time? And was this woman, I don't know if you know who she's referring to in the photos, was she somebody you were
Not
seeing?
necessarily. She's a friend.
Miss Evans, I understand you have a witness with you today. Who is your witness?
My sister, Camille.
I started to have this feeling in my gut that he was cheating.
I felt completely abandoned. Like, as a mother, I felt abandoned as a partner. We've been together for 5 years. We have a 3-year-old son, and you just want to take a break. It's like, okay, that's fine. Like, you can take a break, but then now you're in a whole new relationship. Like, the math, not math.
He's in a
Yes,
relationship with somebody
I
else, you're
saw on
saying?
social media he was out with his friends and some random woman that I didn't know, and we had just broken up. So that's what kind of triggered me.
So he was out with a group?
His
He was out with a
friends, which
group.
I know his friends, but it was a particular woman that he was posting with, that I I knew that he was with her, the way he was posting her.
Okay, and Mr. Miller, what
Do
do you
you,
have
do
to
you
say
see what I
about
have to
that?
deal with? This is why I needed the break, and this is why we're not together now. Like, those kind of assumptions just jumping out of the window. There's no conversation and there's no actual reasoning behind it, no real evidence, and she just shoots out with these kind of things all the time.
And just for the sake of me knowing, were you actually seeing somebody else, Mr. Miller, at the time? And was this woman, I don't know if you know who she's referring to in the photos, was she somebody you were
Not
seeing?
necessarily. She's a friend. Like, I'm not in a relationship. She's a friend.
Okay, you were kind of slow to answer that. Miss Evans, I understand you have a witness with you today. Who is your witness?
My sister, Camille.
Your sister. I always love
Like,
when people bring their family members to court because then I know I'm going to get the real truth out
exactly.
of the situation. Let's hear from your sister and to hear what she has to add to the case, Miss Evans.
Hello, Your Honor.
How are you? Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Miss Camille, tell me about what you know about your sister's relationship with Mr. Miller and what you have to add to this case as her witness.
So I first met Jordan about a year after they were dating. He was fine. He always seemed fun. He always seemed chill, but he did always kind of have a little bit of an addiction to playing games. And I thought it would be fine. You know, they were in college. I thought he'd outgrow it, but obviously not. I started to have this feeling in my gut that he was cheating in the relationship after they had their son and everything. And I just started to feel like he wasn't taking care of my sister as he should have been. He was spending all his time on that PS5. And although I don't know that he cheated, I don't have any proof. I feel like he spiritually cheated with the PS5. And he's just been cheating with that PS5 ever since.
Okay, so your sister thinks it's a woman. You think it's he's spiritually cheating with
Mhm.
the
I
game
have followed
system?
him to Walgreens and Walmart just to see if he would buy a new game and if he was taking it home. If he was with a new girl, I've stalked his social media because I want to protect my sister. And I feel like he wasn't being as truthful as he should have been.
But you didn't actually
No, but
find
I found him
anything,
buying
did you?
games, so I knew he was cheating with the PS5 at least. But I still feel in my gut that he is cheating with a woman. But
Okay.
right now, it's just the game system. Hmm.
You feel it in your gut. It's an instinct. But you have no real evidence of that. Is he a good father to your nephew?
He is a good father. I will say he is a good father, but I don't want my nephew to pick up these habits he has with the gaming system. But he is a good father when he's not on the game.
Well, let me ask you something, Miss Evans, because we're here today because when Mr. Miller left, he actually left the game with Miss Evans at their shared home together for 36 hours. If he's so addicted, would he be leaving this
I
game
think
for
he was leaving
36
it there as a
hours?
way to get back to her. You know, if he still had some of his stuff there, especially this thing that had such a big part in his life, then I feel like he would have had a reason to go back. So I think he left it there on purpose.
So he's addicted to the game. He is spiritually cheating with the PS5, but he also leaves it there for 3 days because it's a way for him to have an end back. But he's the one who ended the relationship. Thank you, Miss Evans. Like I said, I love when people's relatives come into court to testify. You just cracked
Of
this
course,
case
no
wide open for
problem.
me.
Of course.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Again, Your Honor, you see what I have to deal with?
Mr. Miller, what else? Why are you suing you?
Yeah.
So there's the PS5, the value of it $500. You say she had no
No,
right
I
to
bought that
sell
with my
that.
own
You're
money.
also suing for $1,000 for defamation of character and emotional
Uh,
distress. What is that
in
about?
addition, she sold the PS5 out of spite. That's pretty much what it is. In addition to selling the PS5, she went as far as emailing my CEO and telling them that I was a dishonest person and almost got me fired. She put my promotion at jeopardy with that. So, yes, I'm suing for that.
If this moment had you talking to the screen, wait until you see the rest of the cases. On my virtual justice channel, I go live every week to break it all down and share brand new episodes. Scan the code now to join me. She emailed the CEO of your job?
Yes, she did.
About what?
She told them that I was a dishonest person.
Yes, Your Honor,
Did you
I
do that,
did.
Miss Evans?
And I was triggered by what I saw on social media, and it was me wanting to like let someone know like the things that I was going through and like how hurt I was. And
So the CEO of his company is the person you want to let know what you're going through personally. Not your therapist, not your minister, not your sister, not your mama, the CEO of his company. You're kidding me, right?
In addition to selling the PS5, she went as far as emailing my CEO and telling them that I was a dishonest person and almost got me fired. She put my promotion at jeopardy with that. So, yes, I'm suing for that.
She emailed the CEO of your job?
Yes, she did.
About what? Hold on.
She was
About
just
what?
again, this is spite. She was working out of spite. She told them that I was a dishonest person and a whole bunch of
Did you do that, Miss
different other
Evans?
things to defame me.
yes, Your Honor,
Did
I
you do that,
did.
Miss
And
Evans? Why do you think the CEO of his company cares about what's going on with your personal relationship with Mr.
now
Miller?
that I think about it, he doesn't. But um, when I did it at the time, I was triggered by what I saw on social media, and it was more so of like an emotional outburst. So I wasn't trying to like jeopardize his livelihood, but it was just like me wanting to like let someone know like the things that I was going through and like how hurt I was and betrayed.
Let someone know that, so the CEO of his company is the person you want to let know what you're going through personally, not your therapist, not your minister, not your sister, not your mama, the CEO of his company. You're kidding me, right?
So I felt like if he was dishonest at home, I'm pretty sure that he was dishonest at work because I just know his character.
Really?
So
Okay,
Um,
so let me see what you said that you needed to get something off your chest. Let me see the email that you submitted into evidence, Mr. Miller. This is pretty disturbing. Let me see the email. You wrote 3 paragraphs to the CEO of his
Yes, Your
company?
Honor, and I'm not proud of that. Like, I'm not.
Oh, no, you had to be proud because you took the time to write a letter to the CEO. So you must be proud of what you wrote. Let me see. Let me take a moment and look at this evidence. And you submitted the letter into evidence, Mr. Miller. I want to take a
Yes.
moment and read this.
This letter.
The subject line, concerns regarding employee behavior. I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to inform you about some concerning behavior exhibited by your employee, Jordan Miller. I've been in a personal relationship with him for the past few years. I feel it's important you be aware of his actions. He's consistently demonstrated dishonesty, manipulation, a complete lack of respect for women. He's lied and manipulated situations to suit his needs. Given the way he behaves at home, I believe these patterns may extend into his professional life as well. I'm sure you would want to know the full scope of his behavior. I hope you will take this information seriously. Okay, so you were trying to get him fired from his job.
And that whole situation, Your
You're
Honor,
trying to get him fired from
caused
his
them to
job.
hold up my promotion, and they did a full investigation that took 2 weeks. 2 weeks they investigated me over this letter.
You're trying to get him fired from his job. Why? Because you're upset about him breaking up with you? See, the PS5 is one thing. I think that's petty and, but now you're talking about affecting someone's livelihood and you have a 3-year-old child together that you say
Yes,
he takes care of.
No.
Are you stupid? So how is he going to take care of a child with you if he doesn't have a job? Because you got him
I
fired.
wasn't trying to get him fired. But I was
Oh no, you were absolutely trying to get him fired from his job. Wow. That tells me all I need to know. Not only about how you are in a relationship, because see, it's not about how it's easy to treat people well when things are going well between the two of you. But you want to know the true character of a person? How do they treat you when things aren't going well? When the breakup has happened, when there's a fallout happening, how do they treat you then? That's how you know somebody's true character. This is going way overboard. And it also tells me about who you are as a parent. Because you can't be so angry and so upset with the father of your child that you're willing to hurt your own child to try to get back at him. And that's exactly what you did.
Your Honor, I do. I'm not proud of that.
Because you sat here in court today and you told me that he
Jordan
was a
is
good
really
parent.
great father.
How's he going to support his child if he doesn't have a job? Because you've ruined his career. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He didn't just sell my PS5, Your Honor. It's like she possessed a piece of my peace and tried to ruin my reputation. And when it comes to seeing my son, I haven't been able to see him the same way because of the breakup as well.
That is not true.
You've got to go
I'm
to
sorry?
family court, Mr. Miller. In regards to your visitation rights, if she is somehow keeping your child away from you because she's being petty and vindictive and seeking revenge now because of this breakup, even if he's seeing somebody else, so what? It happens. You have to go to family court because you have rights as a father. This is civil court. And what I'm about to tell Miss Evans, I hope this helps. But in regards to your visitation rights, if she is somehow keeping your child away from you because she's being petty and vindictive and seeking revenge now because of this breakup, even if he's seeing somebody else, so what? It happens. You're watching a 2-week preview of Virtual Justice with Judge Faith. The full season continues on my Fireside channel with brand new cases, shocking verdicts, and weekly live Q&As with me. Don't miss it. Subscribe now. You don't try to get him fired from his job and prevent him from being able to take care of his child. But I'm not even sure if that happened. Your sister, who decided to become a private investigator, she doesn't even know. She followed him around 3-4 different places, she said in court today. And guess what she found? Nothing. Zero. Zilch. And you're emailing the CEO of his company? He does not want to know about your personal business and your personal affairs. Talk to your therapist.
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you don't have a therapist, you get one because you need one. If your son grows up watching you using bitterness as a blueprint, what kind of man do you think he's going to become?
Not a good one.
So the next time you feel this level of spite rising up, ask yourself, is this going to help my child or is it just going to hurt his father? And ask yourself if it's worth it. You are lucky he did not lose his job and they cleared him at the end of this investigation. And your child is lucky because he needs his father. And he needs a mother who will put him first and not your own personal needs just because your feelings got hurt. It's ridiculous what you did, and it is defamation. A lot of people come into this courtroom and they sue for defamation of character. Oh, I was defamed. Somebody said this about me, social media. This is actually a case of defamation of character. So not only am I going to order you to pay the $500 for the value of the PS5, he did not abandon that. He left it. It was 36 hours. It wasn't 3 months. You were upset, you were angry, and you were doing whatever you could to lash out at him. You're going to pay him the $500, and you're going to pay him the $1,000 for defamation of character and emotional distress. My judgment in this case is for Mr. Miller, $1,500. Don't roll your eyes at me. You go and you get some help.
Thank you, Your Honor.